The WWE Universe was left utterly stunned after the most recent episode of Monday Night Raw delivered a jaw-dropping moment that will likely go down as one of the most pivotal turning points in recent memory. Roman Reigns, the once untouchable tribal chief and dominant force of the Bloodline, made his thunderous return, not to reclaim a title or deliver a speech, but to intervene in a brutal ambush targeting Jey Uso and CM Punk. The perpetrators? None other than the brutal enforcers aligned with Seth Rollins, an alliance that has grown darker, more violent, and increasingly volatile with each passing week. But this wasn't just a heroic save. It was a declaration of war. Roman's return sent shockwaves through the locker room and ignited a blaze of speculation across social media, wrestling forums, and insider circles. What is Roman Reigns planning? Is this merely a rescue mission, or are we witnessing the rise of an even more dangerous faction, possibly the rebirth of the Bloodline under a new, more dominant form? The timing couldn't be more intense, with SummerSlam 2025 looming large on the horizon, set to unfold over 2 nights at the iconic MetLife Stadium on August 2nd and 3rd. Fans and analysts are already buzzing about the implications. Could Roman be assembling a new army to take down both Seth Rollins' empire and Solo Sikoa's rogue version of the Bloodline? Reports suggest that Roman may be forming a faction unlike anything we've seen before, possibly aligning with Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and the monstrous Jacob Fatu to reshape the power dynamics of WWE forever. The speculation reached a fever pitch following a cryptic social media post by Zilla Fatu, Umaga's son, who dropped a single blood drop emoji just hours after Roman's Raw return, fueling rumors that he might be the final piece of this newly envisioned bloodline. To fully grasp the gravity of this development, it's essential to rewind and understand the fractured legacy of the Bloodline saga. For years, Roman Reigns sat atop WWE as the tribal chief, flanked by Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and later Solo Sikoa, with Paul Heyman orchestrating every move. They dominated SmackDown, hoarded championships, and terrorized the roster. But slowly, fractures formed. Jey broke away in mid-2023, defying Roman's authority. Jimmy was cast out in early 2024 after clashing with Solo Sikoa, who seized control and branded himself the new tribal chief, aligning with Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, and Jacob Fatu. Roman's downfall came at WrestleMania 40 when Cody Rhodes ended his 300-plus day championship reign. While Roman disappeared from the spotlight, Solo's version of the Bloodline tightened its grip, with Jacob Fatu capturing the United States title and unleashing chaos. But it all began to unravel. Jacob Fatu turned on Solo at Money in the Bank 2025. Meanwhile, Jimmy Uso returned at Bad Blood 2024 to aid Roman and Cody, and Jey eventually reunited with Jimmy at Crown Jewel, suggesting the original Bloodline might not be so broken after all. Then came the chaos of Raw, where Roman emerged not only to save but to signal a larger game. With Rollins' faction posing a threat on Raw and Solo's faction running SmackDown, Roman may be preparing for an all-out civil war. Rumors hint at a 5-man team led by Roman featuring Jey, Jimmy, Jacob Fatu, and potentially Zilla Fatu, squaring off against Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Talatanga, and JC Muto. The odds may be against Roman's team in numbers, but star power, legacy, and crowd momentum could tip the scales, especially if Zilla Fatu makes his WWE debut. Zilla, carrying the fierce legacy of his father Umaga, has been dominating the independent scene and is now heavily rumored to debut at SummerSlam Night 2, potentially turning the tide in a Bloodline Civil War match that could steal the show. Imagine MetLife Stadium erupting as Roman, Jey, Jimmy, and Jacob Fatu stand tall, and then Zilla's music hits. That pop alone would be worth the price of admission. This isn't just another match. It's a war for identity, legacy, and leadership within the Anoa'i wrestling dynasty. Roman's team may not hold the current titles, but what they bring is even more dangerous: purpose, redemption, and blood ties forged in chaos. If Roman can recruit these men and lead them through fire, he could reclaim his role not just as the head of the table but as the architect of WWE's most dominant faction ever. Meanwhile, Solo's crew has the hardware but lacks the harmony. With infighting, betrayal, and ego already tearing cracks in their armor, one wrong move could shatter the faction completely. This setup opens the door to a year-long arc spanning Raw and SmackDown, filled with twists, betrayals, and seismic shifts in WWE's power structure. The Bloodline saga isn't ending, it's evolving into its next, more dangerous chapter. So what's next for Roman? Will he rise as the redeemer of his fractured empire or fall as his enemies close in from all sides? Will Zilla Fatu truly emerge as Roman's secret weapon? Or will SummerSlam 2025 become the battleground that redefines the word family in WWE forever? One thing is certain, the road to SummerSlam just got a lot more dangerous. Stay tuned to Pink Sport for all the latest twists, breakdowns, and wild theories surrounding Roman Reigns, the Bloodline Civil War, and the biggest party of the summer. If you're ready for the next chapter, drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and ring the bell so you never miss a beat. The Tribal Chief is back, and the war for WWE's soul has officially begun. The WWE Universe was rocked to its core following an earth-shattering return on Monday Night Raw that will likely be remembered as one of the most significant moments in wrestling history. Roman Reigns, the original Tribal Chief, made his long-awaited comeback not with a speech, not with a grand coronation, but with brutal efficiency and purpose, saving Jey Uso and CM Punk from a savage onslaught orchestrated by Seth Rollins' merciless faction. For months, Reigns had remained silent in the shadows, out of sight following his shocking downfall at WrestleMania 41, where Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker launched a brutal ambush that left Roman sidelined and dethroned. But now, as the road to SummerSlam 2025 begins to heat up, Roman's return has not only altered the course of current rivalries, it has threatened to tear the very foundation of WWE apart. His thunderous reappearance was more than a rescue, it was a declaration. A message to everyone watching in the arena, backstage, and around the world: the head of the table is not finished. He is not broken. He is not backing down. He is rising again, this time with more fury, more precision, and possibly more allies than ever before. In just a few chaotic minutes, everything changed. The whispers of a new bloodline forming have turned into deafening speculation. Is Roman Reigns reassembling an army not just to take on Seth Rollins' empire but to reclaim control of a legacy that's been hijacked and corrupted by Solo Sikoa and his rogue faction? With SummerSlam 2025 just around the corner, a two-night mega-event set to erupt inside MetLife Stadium, every move Roman makes is being dissected. And rightfully so. Because this isn't just about personal revenge or title aspirations. This is a war for power, identity, and legacy within the Anoa'i bloodline. It's a civil war with global implications for the WWE Universe. Solo Sikoa has declared himself the new Tribal Chief in Roman's absence and fortified his regime with dangerous warriors like Tomatanga, Talatanga, Jacob Fatu, and the Explosive.